Aloha! We're the 22nd of June in 2026. Wow! It isn't the June that gets me as much as it's the 2026. God, I can hardly believe I'm 3/4 of a century old. That one really gets me. Yeah, whoa. Can't believe it. Well, hello everyone. I'm here in the show. I am the host of The Neutral Zone, MauiNeutralZone.com. We are sitting in the studios of KAKU, 88.5 FM, the voice of Maui, and simulcast on Akaku Maui Community Media Channel 55, and right now at Maui Stream, which is their phone app for their 3 stations of TV, I guess they call it TV still, and media, and radio. And after today, MauiNeutralZone.com is where all these shows are housed. Every show comes with a full transcript and a summary, and there's a search engine for the whole site. So that's why we say we are the voice of Maui. Over 600 shows and counting, and we talk about everything we've talked about. Everything is in the search engine, so go by subject. Today, we have a very handsome gentleman here. This is Mike Fleenor. Mike is a poet, and yesterday was Father's Day, and Mike had asked me if he could be on our show, and this is as close to Father's Day as I told him, yeah, you can come on and do your poem. It's called, Hey Dad. That was a call from my other guest. I wonder what he has to say. He may not be here or something. We'll find out. Mike, welcome to our show. Thank you for coming down.
Hey, thank you, Jason.
He doesn't realize I'm on the air.
Thank you for this opportunity. I really appreciate it. Yes, I'm hoping to share this for myself and for others, and I hope they enjoy it. It's a tribute/poem for my father.
Happy Father's Day.
It's called Hey Dad. Hey Dad, how about here? What do you think? Is this a good place? Let's give it a try, okay? I sat down on the leeward side of Dad's knoll, the Wyoming wind just strong enough, just cold enough to remind me of the times past when we were here. What had transpired, what I had forgotten, came flooding back to me, overwhelming my senses. I resisted to remember, fearing the tears yearning to appear. The chill in the air, that cold finger feeling beneath the gloves, the smell of the sage, his favorite. The colors of the sky and the landscape was calling me back. Hey, Dad, here they come right through that ravine. See them? It's a whole herd. They're heading this way. I think I'll head down and start a stalk and see if I can meet them as they cross over. I flew down the hill as I did back then with practically no effort, my heart pumping, my adrenaline racing, then slowly, quietly sneaking one step at a time, looking for any sign of them. Hope I see them before they see me. Wind in my face just right so they could not catch my scent. I must be oh so quiet, those muley deer ears, their greatest asset, always alert to any sound. I peeked my head up just over the crest of the hill, looking through the tall prairie grass, sunlit with the morning dew, glistening so. Then I saw ears and a head. I ducked down quickly as not to be seen with those huge, exquisite eyes. Here they come. I must not move, must not make a sound, something nearly impossible for me to do in any circumstance, let alone now, here, in the complete silence of the early morning air. My mind racing with all the possibilities that will soon unfold, more excited and anxious than ever. Time stood still. I waited patiently for any sights and sounds, not knowing my father was watching me with the pride only a father held, with anticipated breath of what was about to unfold. He, his son, in their element. All was right in the world. We were all as one. Dad, me, the deer, the landscape, sky, air, all in harmony together. It was perfect, regardless of the outcome. Thanks, Dad, I said, as his ashes flew in the air, covering that knoll we named after him where he sat that day so long ago. No tears now, just a memory scattered in the air, landing on the landscape in that beautiful harmony of oneness we felt then. The oneness I feel with him now. Then rubbing the remains off my hands in the sage, the smell intoxicating my very being. This is where he will always be in harmony together forever. All is right in the world again. This is why I write. As I write these words in this broken down hotel, tears streaming down my face, only the second time since his death. The sadness squelched by the sound of my brother's phone waking him from his slumber. Hello, John. Thanks for the birthday wishes. Mike's here. All is right in the world again as we brothers are as one another. Memory in the making. Hey, Dad, let's go as I wait in a bated anticipation today where we will dance together in another memory. Mahalo.
Wow. Well, good memory. And, you take a rugged guy out of Wyoming and you put a pen in his hand and out comes great stuff. Well, I really appreciate that you came here and shared with our audience. So, how long ago was this event? Long ago?
Yeah, that's happened probably 35 years ago.
So you wrote this a while ago?
No, the event happened then. I wrote this poem actually just last November.
In reflection of that time.
Yeah, I was spreading my dad's ashes there in Wyoming. Then I went to Colorado to spread his ashes, and I was in the hotel in Colorado when I wrote this. And it just came flowing out of me. And when I was in the middle of writing it, my brother's phone actually did ring, and it was his birthday, and my other brother was calling him. And that's what he said. Thanks to the witches, Mike's here. Handed the phone to me. Excuse me. I read it to my brother, and of course, we both cried like, brothers do in that situation. And then the next day, I was able to spread his ashes again, in a site in Colorado. So I got to do that. And he lived to 102, and yeah, it was just...
wow, that's a healthy life.
Yeah, it was great to be able to do that, have that opportunity. And thanks for this opportunity to...
You're very welcome.
Share this with others. It means a lot to me.
Well, pleasure. Thank you for coming in.
All right, Jason. Aloha.
We're going to take a few seconds break, and I'm going to play you guys a song, and we will have our regular guest. I'll check on what's going on with him. Let's see if you like this one. You should like this one. It's called Gracias, Senor. Is it not playing? There it is.
Gracias, Señor, por lo que ha dado, su honestidad y amistad también. Y gracias a su esposa por su trabajo duro para su familia aquí y su familia en México. You came here to work hard for you and your family. You have done as you said, to your word you've stayed true. This country is stronger for the strength you have given, for all you have given to me. My thanks I give to you. Cuídase, amigo mío, cuida a su esposa y su hijo. Trabaja duro por una vida mejor. usted su familia aquí y su familia en México. Gracias, hasta la vista y vaya con Dios. You said to your word you've stayed true. This country is stronger for the strength you have given, for all you have given to me. My thanks I give to you. Gracias, Señor, por lo que ha dado. Gracias, Señora, por lo que ha hecho. Gracias, señores, por lo que han dado. Gracias, señoras, por lo que han hecho. Gracias, Señor. Gracias, Señor. Gracias, Señor. Gracias, Señor. Gracias, Señor.
Well. That was Gracias, Senor. You'll find that up on YouTube. That's by Ames and Marianne Anderson. They perform here on Maui as Simple Pleasures. But Ames wanted to honor a gentleman that's been working with him on the mainland for years, and when Ames wanted to come here with Marianne, he appreciated this guy stepping up and being able to handle the business and really honored this guy for working so hard and having come from Mexico to set up his family for a better life. And then all the things going on with immigrants and people being disrespected, this song was actually picked up by an organization as used as one of their anthems. And I think everyone should be hearing and playing this song, Gracias, Senor, honoring people for trying to make their lives better and the lives of their families. Really a beautiful thing. Well, I had a guest today that was scheduled named John Dunbar. And I'm really surprised he's not here because John Dunbar is running for mayor. And I don't know, if I was running for mayor and I had a spot on a show, I would think I'd be here. So maybe something's happened to him. I don't want to prejudge this. But now you are fortunate enough to have me sitting again with no specific agenda. So I'm going to start talking, I guess you call it freestyle. Let me take my glasses off. And let me take my headphones off. I may play some more music. Well, today is the 22nd of June in 2026. I've had a few people on the show here that were running for mayor. I had P. Denise LaCosta, Richard Bisson. The communication was difficult in his office. It didn't get through. That was very unusual, he said. So we're going to be scheduling him sometime in later July here. Maybe the 13th or the week after. But I had John Dunbar here. Was supposed to be my guest today. And maybe he'll show up or maybe he won't. We'll see. Next week I have Travis Liggett. You know, there are 10 people, 9 people running for the spot of mayor. Out of that group, there's only one, Yukile Sugimura, who actually has direct experience there in the county, in the council of the mayor area, and knows this whole thing. And the others are highly spirited people with, many of them feel, they say, that they're capable to run the county, but the questions are, wow, this is really an organization with lots of people, and it's really a management job. There are some things that are added when you try to take into management and make management better, and different laws and procedures. And it's interesting to see who runs for mayor and what they come to the table with. You know, in 1994, I ran for council. Actually ran for mayor, then switched to council. We were trying to get the Green Party on the map at the time, so people would see. They actually have a candidate that has a real running chance to win a seat this year. That's going to be a big thing here in Maui. But way back then it was new, and so I was running to make visibility for the Green Party and put the general issues out. And so I always think that these people that are running for mayor are running for specific things that they are not happy with. And like P. Denise LaCosta has lots of ideas as it comes to housing and real estate, which is her background from before, and has other skills and feels fully capable to become the mayor. I had Joseph Moses. He's, I want to say, a wild card. He's very hard to understand for most people because it was hard for me to understand. So we'll see how you process him. And I'm going to be meeting Amy Peterson here later today. I don't know if these people run with the serious thought that they're going to run and be in the running for mayor. The people that are running for mayor that have large chests of money to support their campaign have a very much easier time to get messages out. I say their messages. I never really know, because when you're running, you have all kinds of platform of what you'd like to do. But as we've seen, I've been doing these interviews for 30 years, 35 years. It's amazing. Unbelievable. I mean, 30 plus years. Incredible. But promises and ideas you have while running, you find out that you can't do anything without getting agreement from a lot of other people. You have certain range of parameters, but it takes the ability to cooperate and communicate clearly to be able to get the job done and have a strong team. So we know that Rick Bisson has a team, and I see Yuki Lei has a team, and like I say, they both have plenty of money. And P. Denise LaCosta is running, and she may have a campaign aggressive. I really don't know past the deadlines. I haven't watched the campaign finance spending. It's really just early in the season anyway. But there are some major contributions to a couple of these main candidates. And so they're very well funded for not only signs, but ads everywhere and little articles and press releases. So running for mayor is a big thing, which is why I've dedicated this time to be able to talk to candidates. So when one doesn't show up, I feel like we're wasting precious time on the air that we could have had somebody else here. So we'll see what's happening. But I recommend that all of you reach out in every way that you can to get to know who these candidates are. Because we've been surprised, a lot of people have been surprised, when people they put into the office in council or mayor aren't doing what they thought they were going to be doing, or aren't saying and following through the way they want it. So I think it's really important to get to know these candidates. That was my biggest reason for doing all these interviews. And in some ways, it's made my life more difficult because people think I'm some media guy and I have a staff and I have money to advertise what I'm doing and promotion. That isn't true. I've been doing shows here on Akaku Maui Community Media, the TV side, since 1993. And I've been doing this radio show since 2018, when in June they kind of officially started doing these kind of shows here at KAKU. And I've stuck through the pandemic and all these ups and downs, and it's a funny thing. Public access television provides a service that many people are really not aware of. I just had this gentleman here, Mike Fleenor. There's another guy came with him who wanted to do a poem. I said, look, this is a show. We have a different kind of format. I just happened to squeeze Mike in as a favor, but we have something called Speak Out here at Akaku, where you can come in and get a 5-minute segment, and they'll put you in front of a camera, and they will record you and put it on the air, give you a copy, so you can do anything you want with it. But that's a really good service. And you can take classes here and learn to use the equipment here and be able to do editing here and be able to borrow their equipment to do shooting of shows here. So it's a really valuable service, especially where we all know that in this country right now, there's been a lot of, what do we want to call it? You see it everywhere. Defunding of media by people that don't want a free voice to be heard, that really have a high-level agenda, a very selfish agenda, that really is limiting the way we all have to see and hear free speech. So we pride ourselves in holding this space and getting up close and personal with candidates for a long time. A lot of people think I should run. I'm not ready to do that. I've thought about it. I've tried running before, but it is a real group effort. And if you don't have a group, and I don't have a group, so I'm not going to go out there and try to do it like all these 9 other people doing, trying to run for mayor, or 8 of them, like I say, that you wonder, what are they doing? But they're really here to talk about something. Like next week, I'm going to have Travis Liggett. Travis, just so happens I touched the funny button when I was talking to him about water, and he started talking about wastewater, and I mentioned about my friend that was helping me develop this website here for Neutral Zone, who was in the flood here in Maui and got some kind of a bacteria or viral disease, almost lost his both feet. He was in the hospital for 15 days with antibiotics, all kinds of things. Then came back to Maui, and the place he was coming back, again, the Pseudomonas and the other things. But then that struck a chord in Travis. So I imagine Travis and I will talk about things for the county, but we're going to focus a lot on water and wastewater and what's really going on, or what people that think they know what's going on is really going on. It's difficult to tell right now with all the media. Some's real, some's not real. Everyone's saying this is a fake and that's a fake. We're in quite a world. I remember you could tell because it was all what you see is what you get. Now what you see is not necessarily created from real. And there are lots of great things you can do with AI, but one of the things that it's doing is it's confusing the general public to know what's real and what's not real. So I'm not even going to give you an answer to that one because I don't know. But I do know that when my guests come on the show, they have an open space here, and I don't try to attack them. Like when the mayor comes on, you think I'm going to sit here and talk to him about the guy in his office that sued him because they allege of fraud, that grant monies were going out and that they weren't legitimate, and he knew it, and that's the reason he was fired, because he was a whistleblower. You think that's a way to have a productive conversation? I'm not here to ask people to defend themselves. You know, I'm not a judge and jury. I want to say, okay, what are we doing for Kihei? What's going on in Lahaina? What do you feel is the most important priority? And those are the questions that we ask of candidates that are running. When one of these candidates starts talking about Trump or tries to talk about national things or the Hawaiian sovereignty movement, then I know they're really not a serious candidate running for mayor to serve. They're running to serve themselves and put out some issue. And that's important because, again, we don't have enough ways to hear more and more truth. But then we have to do our own research to see what is the truth. So we live in a very unsettling age. We don't really know what's going to happen. Is AI going to take our jobs, or are we going to be the ones servicing the AI? Who knows what's going to happen? I do know that there's so much money being put into it, I cannot see it going away because people don't like it, because artists feel their work is being used, because there's going to be all kinds of lawsuits and all kinds of things going on. But our society has already, with billions and billions and trillions of dollars, committed to this AI movement. So we all better learn what it is and how to use it. If we choose not to use it, that's our personal choice. But if we think that our ethical standards are going to spill over to so many people that we'll be able to stop this, it's like trying to stop a flood with a spoon. You know, it's truly, things are in motion. So get used to it. Well, I'm looking at the clock and I realize I have another good while, another half hour of show. I could talk to you more. I wish I had brought another guest, but I literally did not think that my guest would not show up, and he'd probably want to reschedule. I don't know when we can reschedule. Maybe if he wants to do it outside the studio, but I'm not going to do this again with these people. I really find it very uncomfortable when they're not somehow getting in touch and telling me before I have an empty chair sitting here and no specific agenda. Let's listen to some music. It's always a great thing to do. And I'm preloaded with some music. In fact, you just heard Gracias, Senor. I played this last week, and I think this is important. This is not a song. This is from Ray Hinton. In 2024, the Physics and Chemistry Department of the Nobel Prize recognizes AI. Listen to what he says.
This year, the Nobel Committees in Physics and Chemistry have recognized the dramatic progress being made in a new form of artificial intelligence that uses artificial neural networks to learn how to solve difficult computational problems. This new form of AI excels at modeling human intuition rather than human reasoning, and it will enable us to create highly intelligent and knowledgeable assistants who will increase productivity in almost all industries.
That's exciting, right?
If the benefits of the increased productivity can be shared equally, it will be a wonderful advance for all humanity. Unfortunately, the rapid progress in AI comes with many short-term risks. It has already created divisive echo chambers by offering people content that makes them indignant.
Hear that?
It is already being used by authoritarian governments for massive surveillance and by cybercriminals for phishing attacks. In the near future, AI may be used to create terrible new viruses and horrendous lethal weapons that decide by themselves who to kill or maim. All of these short-term risks require urgent and forceful attention from governments and international organizations. There is also a longer-term existential threat that will arise when we create digital beings that are more intelligent than ourselves. We have no idea whether we can stay in control. But we now have evidence that if they are created by companies motivated by short-term profits, our safety will not be the top priority. We urgently need research on how to prevent these new beings from wanting to take control. They are no longer science fiction. Thank you.
Wow, you know, every time I listen to that, I keep thinking the same thing. We are not being careful. We already have seen that the AI that we're all now beginning to use, which is not what they're talking about here. They're talking about yet a higher level of AI that it can be creating by itself and be intuitive and do things by itself and be able to make movements by themselves. That's the next steps that are being pursued. You hear about all these things about robots, and when you watch, you see that the robots can learn. They can learn just like we could learn. And so after a while, they can fill in the holes, and then they are creating by themselves. So there's definitely got to be some guidelines. And, you know, I figure I'll be dead by the time this happens, but we'll see. 75, you know, I could live another 25 years, I guess. But I don't know if I want to anymore with the world we're living as we're having now. I can't say that. I'm not ready to say I don't want to live anymore. But I must say, things are getting out of control. And I'm tired of going to rallies and seeing so many old people and wondering where the young people are. Why aren't there more young people out there protesting? Why aren't there more young people out there running for elections? Why aren't there? Why aren't there? I think we're being dumbed down as a society, and that the people aren't really aware of the levels of risk, and because they've lived with it their whole life, they don't really know the difference. And I think that's the biggest problem. But I think it's, you know, all the people that have been in office and in control seem to not have a good answer on how to keep these things under control. Very, very crazy situation. Here's another song I want to play for you that I think that you may have heard it before here on the show. It's called Peace in Our Hearts by Louise Lambert. Great song.
Every day worlds are born and worlds die away. Seems like now the world's so small, we see it all right here on our TV. Seems like the more we bridge the distance, the harder it becomes for us to see. Well, if all the world's a stage, we're actors in a play with an ancient script of fear and doubt and greed. To write another page, to find a better way. Reverence for life is what we need for peace in our world, for peace in our country, for peace on our street, peace in our hearts. And it starts with peace in our hearts. We fear the dark, we mortgaged all our future to keep the hooded horsemen from the door. We're talking peace, but building bigger weapons, so he's closer than it ever was before. But in the land of the free and the home of the brave, why do so many people
Boy, what a time we live in. This song was written 20, 30 years ago, and it's still appropriate. We have to have peace in our hearts because we are out of control. And this country's being so divided. It is just, it's a scary time. It's a time when all we can do is look inside and find our own inner peace, because that seems to be the most stable thing of all, huh? Well, here's a song you've heard before.
It's slow, like a summer storm. I feel it in my bones before it forms. The sky goes quiet,
Thunder in the Rain.
the light turns gray, and suddenly you're here though you went away. I stand in your closet, your sweater in my hand still smells like lavender and late night plans. I close my eyes and I'm holding you near, but it's just the wind whispering that you're not here. Oh, thunder in the quiet, rain on the floor. Grief don't knock, it just walks through the door. But I light a flame, and softly I say, my love, this fire honors our yesterdays. I carry you forward, I live what we knew. 12 years of grace, now carried in truth. And I whisper each day, with tears and with pride, I honor my grief, 'cause love's still alive. Your shoes by the door, that dent in the chair, the way you'd hum your song like a breath in the air. Every corner of this home still speaks your name, and yet somehow I love it just the same. I press my palms together and bow to the past. Feel your fingers in mine, how they held me fast. You believed in folks, saw the light in their eyes. You lit up this world and taught me to rise. Oh, thunder in the quiet, rain on the floor. Grief don't knock, it just walks through the door. But I light a flame, and softly I say, my love, this fire honors our yesterdays. I carry you forward, I live what we knew. 12 years of grace, now carried in truth. And I whisper each day, with tears and with pride, I honor my grief, 'cause love's still alive. Some days I stumble, some nights I fall, but your love, like a lantern, still shines through it all. So I breathe through the sorrow, I walk through the ache, and I thank the stars for every memory we made. Oh, thunder in the quiet, I welcome the rain. Let it wash my heart, let it speak your name. I light one more candle, and softly I say, my love, this flame keeps your spirit in play. I carry you forward, I live what we knew. 12 years of forever in every I do. And I whisper each day with tears and with pride. I honor my grief, 'cause love's still alive. When I place my hands together, I feel you again. You're the peace in the storm. You're the love in the rain.
I always really like this song. You know, Blaine wrote it, and he did it partnered with an AI. But he's the one that wrote the words and fashioned the kind of song. Isn't it amazing we live in a time when AI can do these kind of things? I'm amazed. I just, you couldn't tell all that instrumentation was created by a computer, could you? I couldn't. Well, this was all created by real people. Stardust Road by me and Don Gear.
When I lived out in the country, I used to dream of money and fame. So me and my girlfriend Margot came out to LA. And while Margot was a waitress and I was a fixing cars, we kept it all together, pretending we were stars. Margot was in the movies and I was singing the rock and roll. We would go out by the highway to a make-believe place called Stardust Road. And we made believe it was spotlights from the cars passing on their way. The roar of the engines was our crowd as we got up on the stage. The trees are full of people calling for us to begin. And we played all night 'cause that highway crowd kept calling us back again. They would stand and call our names out loud and beg us not to leave. And if anyone could see, we gave them a memory to last forever. Well, now Margot is in the movies and my album has just gone gold. The phone's been ringing off the wall and I can't find time alone. So when Margot's tired of interviews and I can't sing another song, we go back out to the highway, to the place we still call Stardust Road. And we make believe it's spotlights from the cars passing on their way. The roar of the engines was our crowd as we got up on the stage. The trees are full of people calling for us to begin. And we played all night 'cause that highway crowd kept calling us back again. Yes, we do our show on Stardust Road because it keeps us free. And if anyone can see, we give them a memory to last forever. To last forever. To last forever.
You know, when I hear that, every time I hear it, I really appreciate that it has the count-in at the beginning, and that we played the track right to the end there. This was quite an amazing song to put together. There were 16 string players on this track. A whole score was written, and anyway, that's a whole story for another day. I think I'm just going to play some more music. Enough of me talking. Here's one by my friend John Hetherington. It's called Hey Mama.
1, 2, 1, 2. My baby understand me like nobody else. She wakes me in the morning. I think of myself, I get going. Well, I'm working in the city so far away. I got 1,000 reasons I really could stay. I'm not sure. Oh, baby girl, nature's child. You're so sweet and growing wild. Hey, mama, give me loving tonight, loving tonight. Hey, mama, give me loving tonight, loving tonight. Well, I made it in the office, played on the road. I know a lot of ladies I really could hold if I wanted. But I get this funny feeling I'm doing you wrong. I finally made it back down the road of the song where I started. Oh, baby girl, nature's child, keeping good and keeping wild. Hey, mama, give me loving tonight, loving tonight. Hey, mama, give me loving tonight. Well, I tried it with the others, but it just ain't right. Hey, mama, give me loving tonight. Hey, mama, give me loving tonight. Well, I made it down the office, played on the road. I know a lot of ladies I really could hold if I wanted. But I get this funny feeling I'd be doing you wrong. I finally made it back down the road of the song where I started. Oh, baby girl, nature's child, keeping good and keeping wild. I said, hey, mama, give me loving tonight, loving tonight. Hey, mama, give me loving tonight. Hey, mama, give me loving tonight. I gotta get some sleep.
Hey Mama by John Hetherington. Wow, you know, that was a really good memory. I was in Fidelity Studio in North Hollywood, and we were there to produce Melanie's album. That's a story by itself. And there was a writer named John Hetherington that had written some songs. He was from England, and Artie Rippett brought him over to do an album, and I really liked that song, and so we ended up recording it. Here's the bass player in the group at the time. Melanie had a tour group. Was Jay Wolf, and Jay wrote this song, and Troubles I Have Found. Here we go. I like these count-ins, don't I?
Getting it all together, tried before. Every time I put my foot in, someone slammed the door. Had to sing a lot of songs, had to sing the blues. Next time I get in that door, I'm gonna wear big shoes. Yeah. Ooh. Well, since right outside my door, beckons me to call. Know I'm gonna do my best, you know I'm gonna give my all. My world may not seem right to some, because they have their own. But you know just how much I care for the love that I've shown. You know love, love, love makes the world go round. In my heart and in my eyes, still I wear a frown. You know love, love, love makes the world go round. Love is all that's left for the troubles I have found. There's troubles from the girls I know, troubles from my friend. Take my troubles, subtract my time, and I'm in love again. I'm sitting on that front porch lawn, watching the sun go down. Caring less about my troubles, all my time just comes and pound. You know love, love, love makes the world go round. In my heart and in my eyes, still I wear a frown. You know love, love, love makes the world go round. Love is all that's left for the troubles I find. You know love, love, love makes the world go round. In my heart and in my eyes, still I wear a frown. Makes the world go round. Love is all that's left for the troubles I find. Yeah, in my heart and in my eyes, still I wear a frown. Makes the world go round. Love is all that's left for the troubles I have found. Troubles I have found. Troubles I have found.
Well, that was fun. Troubles I Found by Jay Wolf. And got to play all kinds of songs I like. Hey Monima by John Hetherington. That was a call back from a council person. Wow. Well, they'll be on my show. That would be good. Anyway, we only have 30 seconds left. Thanks for listening to the music. John Dunbar, we hope you get your promotion out there. Your spot here today was filled with music, which was okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Next week, we have Travis Liggett. I'm sure we're going to talk about a lot of interesting things about water and a lot of things about what he thinks should happen to make Maui run better. Take care, everyone. We will see you next week. Aloha, everyone.